Right, good afternoon. It's Friday night and I'm back down on the club lakes. I've done a lap around the little lake and a lap around the big lake, and on my lap around the big lake I bumped into two guys. Chatting to the first one, I've seen a show as it's happened. He's gone, oh, that's the first one I've seen, and his mates walked up and told me that he's seen loads. So I've moved up to the right of them, on the sort of like the transition between the shallows and the deeps. I've got one around the corner on the left hand side on a single with on a pop-up with 6 baits around it, and then the right hand rod I put about halfway across the lake, had a big liner on it, so I've now brought that back to about a quarter of the way across the lake, and that's got a few baits around it as well. And that's it for the night really. It's going to get snowy later, so who knows, perhaps I might get a snow carp in the morning. Right, speak to you later. Right, good morning. As you can see, the weather's changed a little bit from yesterday. We've got this horrible biting east wind coming across, full of drizzle, threatening snow later apparently. We're on a yellow weather warning tomorrow. It's really cold. Last night we had all of the floating algae that was up to the right hand side of the lake come straight across at about 3 AM. Wiped out one of my rods for about an hour. To such an extent that I had to wind it in and just leave it up there on the side of the bivvy for an hour. That went back out at 4. And I've had one liner all night, and that was about 20 minutes ago. So yeah, it's not been the best of nights. However, that's I've heard a few fish crashing around. I'm currently battened down in the bivvy, apart from the little slot you're looking out of, simply because it's so flaming cold in this wind. But yeah, I'm going to keep my eye out for the next hour or so, and then once I've woken up properly I'll probably do one. Right, that's it, update done. If I get one I'll show you, if not, oh well, catch you later. Right, good afternoon. It's Wednesday afternoon. I'm on a sporty. It's just gone 4 o'clock. I'm on the little lake. I've just been down here for about 2 hours so far. I've been fishing. Well, probably about an hour I've been fishing. I've got one rod up against the trees on the far bank. The other one is currently in open water. I've also got it clipped up to fish, if I spin that, tight over to that tree on the far bank over there as well. I know the distance for that for later, if I go back over there. But I've had a liner already, so same as last year. Since I've had a liner, it means the fish are moving in it. You probably won't see this video for a couple of weeks, and that'll be when the season finishes. I'll be back down here on Friday if nothing happens, and then you'll see it. If something does happen, it'll either be photos or video in the middle of the night, which will be all exciting and stuff. So hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you Friday. Okay, good afternoon. It's Friday afternoon, about 3:30. As you can see, I'm back on the big lake after Wednesday. The reason for that being, as I've turned up today, there's been a guy packing up who was sat in the swim next to where I'd been fishing the other night. He and his mate both fished the little lake last night to no avail, and I'm in two minds as to whether to fish it or not. So I thought I'd come for a look around here, and I found loads of fish up the shallow end on the lake up here, on the big lake. So I've moved on to them. Well, I've moved just off them. I'm off to the left of them by about 100 yards, because I know they'll cut down through this way at some point during the day. And I've got my 2 rigs cast right up to the right. However, as you may be able to see in the margins, there's loads of floating weed, and that is causing an absolute nightmare with line lay and all that sort of stuff. And the wind is just pushing it closer and closer. There's big lumps of it coming up and drifting over this way. So I may be here for another hour, I may be here for another 10 minutes, I may be here all night. I don't know yet. As soon as I make up my mind, I'll let you know. And other than that, wish me luck. I'll speak to you later. Right, good morning. It's 11:15. Last night it was reasonably uneventful. As you can see, there's a fair bit of floating algae. There was absolutely tons last night. I'll just spin you up there and show you. All of that was in front of me. I've been pulling all of that stuff out. It's been absolutely horrendous. I've had no bites. I've had several shows. I've been trying to chase a fish again today to no avail. And yeah, that's it really. Quite frustrating. But still, you've got to be in it to win it. Who knows, maybe next time. I might be back down here in the week. We'll definitely be back down here next weekend, and we'll see what happens then. Right, ciao for now. Right, good afternoon. It's 4:45 on Wednesday. There's a little bit of carnage going on in the swim. I'm down on Wadmill Lake at Todber again. So far I've had 6 carp up to 15 3/4. I've got my mate Jace down to my right. I don't think he's had one yet, he's lost one. And I've got Dan to my left who's had 2. So all in all it's a pretty good day. They're all coming on method feeders chucked tight over to the far side. But I've just put a zig out on the left hand rod and we'll see how that goes. Right, that's it, update done. Still on, still on. Second left one. Right, good morning. As you can see, it's not quite the lake I was promising. Back down on one of the smaller club lakes. The weather this morning was horrendous. As I've driven to the main club lake that I go to, yeah, it was 1 degree and snow through the rain. So not really conducive to a shallow lake. So discretion being the better part of valour, I've come on here just to try and get a bite, really. Hasn't worked so far. I've been fishing for about an hour and a half. And yeah, I'm just pinging little pop-ups around at the moment over the... I've loosely spread some 12mm krill around the whole area of the lake just to try and get some fish picking stuff up and mooching. And we'll see how it goes. I'm expecting my mate Dave to turn up later. And then may the tea drinking commence in full effect. But yeah, I'll speak to you later if anything good happens. Ciao for now. So I'll get this one back. Right, so as you've just seen, I've had my first fish. Came on the right hand rod underneath a bush to my left, to my right there, on a little 14mm signature squid pop up on a multi-rig. So yeah, very happy with the rig, happy with the bait. I've put a little bit of extra bait in on the right there, and I've just fed a little bit on the left where I've just put the left hand rod up in line with that tree. So yeah, see how it goes. That's it, update done, speak to you in a bit. Happy days, angry little one, number 2 that I've landed. 3 bites now. Dave's literally just left. I put the rig back where he was sat, and what do you know? Right, get another. I could drive it. Oh, it's on it. Okay. Bite number 4. They're all quite small. Who cares? I'm catching fish. Right, a little bit bigger, number 5 I think he is. Happy days. Right, it's 5:30, it's time for me to pack up. I've had 5 now, which is always for winners, and yeah, time to go. Ciao for now.